All right, what is up, YouTube world? This is Eric Stone with Expiring Music Writer YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Also, please like, share, comment, dislike, disagree, suggest. But this video that I'll be doing, get my stuff together. And tonight I'm just drinking, well, you can't see, but it's orange juice. Is a review of William Clark Green. They played at Roland, Oklahoma at the Lee Creek Tavern at the Cherokee Casino in Roland, Oklahoma. It's actually been 2 months and 3 days since I went to a concert. That was the first one in that long. And I love William Clark Green, I always have. First when I seen him, I didn't know that much about him because I really just discovered him. That was a few years ago, and 2000, that's actually about 4 years ago. But it was before the pandemic, and there was another casino, and they had free concerts for a while at Gillies. I miss that place. But one night William Clark Green and his band played there. And I think the only song, like the 3 songs I knew, like was real familiar with, was Ringling Road, Rose Queen, and She Likes the Beatles. I like the Stones. But I became a fan that night and loved them ever since. I got to do that night, I got to go backstage because it was kind of funny. Because I think that might have been the first concert I seen at Pecola, Oklahoma at the Choctaw Casino. And I brought my guitar in there. I always bring a guitar, or most of the time, to get signed by the band, and I didn't know if they would allow me in the casino because, casino rules. But I asked the guy, he said, well, ask this person. I asked that guy, he said, the only thing is, don't go backstage. If you go backstage, we'll throw you out. And I didn't say nothing, but I'm thinking, you could probably catch me if I try to go backstage. Anyways, what was funny is I always hang around after the show to just bullshit with the artist or band members or whatever, and get autographs and pictures, whatnot. So anyways, so I asked the merch guy if they were going to come out. He's like, yeah, they'll come out. Just give me a few minutes. I was like, cool. I said, do you think I could get God, what is it called? It's been so long. Set list. That's what it is. Set list. Because I'm not real familiar with all the songs. I was like, yeah, man. So he gives me that. And he goes, do you want them to sign them? I'm like, fuck yeah. So I go back there. And William was like, do you want me to sign you with the whole band? I was like, let's get the whole band to sign if you don't mind. He was real cool. I'm thinking, I got backstage anyway. I got to go backstage where they were in the little green room. I was only for a few seconds or minutes, but it was fun. And so I go do the review, and then the next one comes up, or next show that around where I went and seen them at. And anyways, and I asked the guy, again, I thought they're going to come out. He goes, yeah, I remember you. He goes, it was a newer guy. It was another guy. It wasn't the same merch guy. And he goes, I was like, yeah, I do reviews for bands and stuff and try to review artists. I said, it's just local artists. And he looks at me and goes, you want to go meet Will after the show? And this is after the show. I was like, I'm thinking, he's going to come out, meet me at the, in the little bar area. He's like, no, we're going to his bus. I'm like, hell yeah. Of course, I'm nervous as hell. And I got to go back there and interview him. And you can find that on YouTube channel. inspiring music writer. But like I said, really nice. Go, one of the nicest people I've ever met. The whole band is. I mean, but he's real nice. And but anyways, so like I said, I didn't even realize there was a free concert at the casino, but they're playing at Temple Live on December 2nd. And I don't know if I want to go to that one because I just seen him, or go to Cody Hibbard. And hey, I'll probably go to Cody Hibbard because I hadn't seen him in a while either. But, just a little background, But anyways, if you know anything about me, that you know how these things work. So anyways, I got my William Clark Green hat on. And it was the weirdest thing because the night that I went backstage, or not backstage, but on his tour bus, and met William, I had another different hat. It was a green one with a patch, or not a green, but a gray one with a red patch and white that said William Clark Green. I cannot find it to this day. I don't know what happened to that. But anyways, so, but they played the first time ever at the Cherokee casinos in Roland, Oklahoma. And I'd never been there. It was at Lee Creek Tavern in the casino area. And I'm not much of a gambler. I don't care about that stuff. I have nothing against it. I just don't care to gamble. Now I spend all my money at a merch table, but I'm not going to put a penny in a penny machine. But that night they did about 23 to 25 songs, give or take, all from different albums, and nothing really new that I know of. They just came out with Baker Hotel last year, I think. It's not that old, so I mean they don't have any new stuff that I know of, or they didn't play it that night. But they kicked off with She Likes the Beatles intro. Then they went into Feel Alive, which is on Baker Hotel. And they have 2 new members, and I'm going to try to go back to that later on. William Clark Green, of course, sings and plays acoustic guitar. Jared French is one of the newer guys. He plays electric guitar. Stephen Marcus, electric guitar. Chris Watson, I think he's the piano player. I can't remember. And then, he's piano player. And then Logan Bell, I think is his name, is on the Skins. And then Steven, but I didn't catch his last name, is on bass. It's the same bass player he's had for a few years. But anyways, that's all the members. Then they went to Feel Alive, which is off of the newest album, Baker Hotel. Then they did Creek Don't Rise. And then Hebert Island. I think that's how you say it. I'm not for sure. Then they did Next Big Thing. I love that song. They did Baker Hotel. I love this. Now, I don't know where I heard this. Well, actually, we'll get that to in a little bit. Father, we're sorry. And then they did another Gun to Your Head. And that's off the newest album. Then Hit You Where It Hurts. That's another good song. Rose Queen. I love that song. And then they did the very famous crowd favorite, Ringling Road. And I love when they do that, because it's like the most participating part of the show. It's crowd participation, where they want that. And there wasn't as many as I thought there would be there, but it got pretty loud near Ringling Road. And then they played, I've heard this now. I don't know where I heard this, or is this something that I thought of in a dream or something? That Ringling Baker Hotel, the song, is like a preview of Ringling Road. I don't know, but it just seems to go together. And funny thing is, that whole Baker Hotel album, the album cover, reminds me of like, oh, what was that? Back in the old days of books, the mysteries, what would they call them? With the boys, young teenage boys. It was years ago. Oh, I can't think of what it's called. My grandpa used to get me books. Oh, I can't think of it. But you know what I'm talking. They're old mystery books, and the cover looks just like one of those books. I can't think of it. I should have looked it up before this video. It'll probably come back to me a little later. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. And then, but to me, the song Baker Hotel is like a Alice Cooper influenced song. As in not really the music itself, but the lyrics. It's, and stuff. Sorry about that. Killed a fly, trying to kill a fly. Anyways, went to, and then after Ringling Road, William took a break from singing, and the bass player, Steven, sang Life of the Fast Lane, Eagles song, did a great job on it, and I wish I would have got it recorded, but then again, every time that I've recorded a band doing an Eagles song, it throws it off YouTube, so maybe that was a good thing. And then the piano player, Chris Watson, sang Heartache Tonight, another Eagles song. I love the Eagles. And then Stephen Marcus did Boys of Summer. I was about to say Boys from Oklahoma, and I knew that wasn't right. Boys of Summer, which is a Don Henley song. And then after that, they did, Wim came back and sang, came back from a break. I can't even talk right now. And he sang Drunk Again and Sympathy. I love Sympathy. And then he dedicated Still Think About You to Kent Finley, which used to own, before he passed away, Cheatham Street Warehouse out in San Marcos, Texas. Now the Randy Rogers owns it. Then he did Any More. That's off the new Baker Hotel album. And that was co-written with Zane Williams and someone else. I can't remember. I know I could go look it up. Or you could. And then they did, all the band took a break. And William did My Mother acoustic. And he said he wrote it for his mother, and he just got married since the last time he'd seen. I think been in Oklahoma, and he just had a baby, so he dedicated that song to his wife and mom. And then I didn't really do an encore, but the last song did was She Likes the Beatles, I Like the Stones. But they did it up with Start Me Up. They did kind of an intro to She Likes the Beatles, I Like the Stones, and then went into Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. And then they ended with Hey Jude, the Beatles. And they started doing that, I think, when it was, what year was it? They were at Peacemakers in Fort Smith. And it was right before or after Whiskey Myers had opened up a show for the Rolling Stones. And they started kind of doing that thing, I think. So, but like I said, great band, great guys, great venue. I mean, not real. The venue was kind of weird because there was a bar and the stage was up above the bar. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. And they had some weird rules there. You had to go up to the bar to listen to the band. You had to have a wristband, and you had to wait in line forever for that, and I didn't have one, so I stood back. So when you watch the videos of my William Clark Green videos at Roland. That's why I'm back so far. But anyway, like I said, great band, great group of guys, great music. I love Texas music. I love them. So, and check out my other videos and go see a concert. Go catch live bands, even local bands. Help the music world. And I'll see y'all later.